Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Bachelorette live stream. Wow, isn't this exciting? I need to know if you guys can hear me. Someone leave a comment. I need to know if this is working. I feel like this is command center when the moon, when the astronauts landed on the moon. I've got a bunch of old white dudes smoking cigars in the background, slapping each other, all excited. How's everyone doing? You guys doing all right? It says we got 16 people in the chat, but again, oh boy, I need to make this bigger. I've got this little alert box here. This is all new to me, folks. So let's make this bigger. Oh, there it is. You can hear me. Wow, those graphics look horrible. Just pulled that up here. Yes, we can hear you. Wow, well, isn't this exciting? Do you know the amount of stress that goes into wondering if you guys are going to hear me? I didn't want to do a test stream. I was like, we'll do it live. You know, I got all this gear that I've had, from years of podcasting and photography. I'm an Instagram fiance. I have had to learn how to take photos of my fiance's bum so other men can like it online. I've had a lot of work goes into that. And I got all this gear, but I never was able to live stream. I never had the appropriate tools to live stream. And so it cost me, where did I put the bucks? I had to buy this one cord. It was this big, and it was $130, but it connects everything. And now the only question is if the infrastructure of Los Angeles internet is going to hold up. But we will see. Hello from Orlando. Hello, Alicia. How's it going? I said hello from Miami. Wow, we're big in Florida. Who knew? You guys wearing your masks over there in Florida or what? You bunch of savages out there. You can hear me. Deirdre. Deirdre's checking in from Georgia. Hello, Deirdre. The cam link is quite amazing. Isn't it nice? So I've got the camera is obviously right here. I've got my Sony a6000. It's a beautiful camera. Isn't that nice? The problem is my laptop's over here. So in order for you guys to, in order for me to read the chat, you got to see the big old beak that I have. But that's okay. We'll be okay. I've updated my setup this year. We got this new, oh, you know what? I didn't turn this on. This I should just sell Amazon products. This is my favorite quarantine purchase. $15. It's LED tape that you tape onto, a dresser or behind your TV. You can do it. So watch this. So you just kind of hit that and look, I got all these different colors. I'm going to hold on a second. I was trying to sit on this stool. It wasn't working out. So if anyone has any requests for background colors, let me know what works. Is that too that looks too seductive, right? Maybe we'll just keep it something chill. I don't know. I tried doing this the other night with Tasha, but she didn't like that. I tried to put the mood light on for her. So it's the one thing we got in this tiny apartment is exposed brick. I always thought it was exposed is a funny word, right? The only time you can talk about something being exposed and being okay with it is brick. Right? If it's like, if someone was like, oh, Luke P exposed himself, you'd be like, oh, geez, there we go. Bachelor's going to sue him for But if it's like, oh, Luke P's new apartment has exposed brick, you'd be like, oh, he's doing okay. Hello from Nashville. What's up, Nashville? Oh, you like blue? Catherine likes blue. We're going to go, well, this is kind of a blue, right? You don't want like dark blue, do you? We'll see if we get talking about some depressive things. We'll go dark blue. Oh, that's a nice color, blue. We like that. That'll be all right. I got my little boutonniere here. I bought a dozen roses on Monday or Tuesday, and Tasha got all excited, and then she realized it was Bachelorette Day, and she was like, "You're just using those as props for your show." Well, that's true. You can never win. You can never win with the ladies. So we got a whole bunch of things we're going to get into. I've got a few voicemails that people have already left. If you want to leave me a voicemail, there's a number you can call right there. The call number 401-213-9828. You can leave a voicemail. Ask me any questions. Honestly, anything. I'm a comic. There's nothing I haven't talked about. Obviously, we've been getting real all year long. Catherine, you like that? Thank you for the thumbs up. So yeah, leave a voicemail. If you want to talk live, call me right now. We'll talk live. We'll get right into it if you want to ask your questions live. What I'm going to do is I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I've got this set up over here. Let's play the first one. We'll play the first voicemail that I got. This is from Canada. Let's play this one and see what we got. I'm clearly am not playing it right. Oh, there it is. I hit the wrong button. Wow, Dave. All right, here we go. This is a voicemail from Canada.
Dave, here's Montreal Wishing you good luck with your podcast, man. Breakup. We're following you from Montreal. Take care, bro.
Oh, that was Etienne. My buddy Etienne was the first voicemail that anyone left. But this chat thing's not going to work on this background. Maybe I can find a different background to do the chat. Someone said they were watching during their lunch break. Etienne, thank you so much for leaving a voicemail coming in from Quebec. I love the Quebec accent. Etienne and I studied abroad in France together. What was about 15 years ago now, which makes me feel ancient. Etienne is, oh my gosh. We studied abroad in France when they were having a bus strike. So this is before Uber. I feel so old. This is before Uber. This is before, taxis cost like $50 a pop, broke college student. And there was a bus strike. So they had what's called Faire d'autostop. I don't know if my French people, if I'm pronouncing that right. But it just means hitchhiking. So I was there this is when George Bush, this is when W was president. This is how long ago it was. And there was a bus strike for 60 days. So it took me hours to hitchhike to class every day. Etienne lived on campus. So I ended up staying with him in like a 100 square foot apartment. We got myself a blow up mattress that slid under his twin bed. Oh man. You know what I mean? Like I could literally hit the lottery today and be worth $700 billion. And I would spend half of that just to go back to Marseille, France, and relive those memories. Weird how that works. Got nostalgic. So anyway, let's check. So I wanted to check in on a few things. I had let's see what we got here. I had this a few different clips of things I wanted to play. Hold on. What's that noise? Can you guys hear that? Oh, I shut that off. I think that was only in my ears. Sorry about that. So I got Dale over here. Boy, hold on one second, folks. I found this video of Dale doing the combine. Can you guys see this? So this is actually his pro day. This is before I lost it. Try not to swear. Don't swear, Dave. They'll demonetize you. So this is Dale before he got drafted. Actually, he ended up not getting drafted. But it's always interesting to me when people are talking about how, he was, Colton Underwood was just a practice squad player. Anyone who's ever tried to make it in professional sports knows how hard it is, how amazing the competition is. And Dale, he was actually considered one of the best. I mean, they call this the 3-cone time, right? Where you go back and forth. Is anyone familiar with the combine? I mean, it is ridiculous. They do this. This is a 225-pound bench press. They see how many times you can do this. So it's like, everyone's getting tested on the same things. They see how you can do your vertical and how fast your 40 is. And while these stats don't always matter, someone said they're curious to know if they were talking before the show. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into Dale and Claire, and if they were talking before the show. That seems to be the big question. But anyway, so they do these different skills just so the pro scouts can see if they're any good. He played for several seasons. I mean, the guy, you sign a $400,000 contract. That's the league minimum. That's no joke. You know what I mean? It's no joke. So I will never be the one to make fun of an athlete who made it as far as the practice squad, who got signed to an NFL contract. You know what I mean? I'll never make fun of that. It is ridiculous. And so anyway, we'll get into all that. We'll get into if people think it's, a lot of people have wondered if Dale is just looking for fame, because here's the deal. All right. This is the gig economy that we live in, right? We live in a world where in a lot of cases, you don't make your money unless you make it on your own. Like me, like Nick Vile, like any of these people, they get stripped down to their core. They get, we don't need to watch this. They get a bunch of Dale videos. They basically wreck their persona because they get put on some show where they, hook up in a yurt in the middle of the Palm Springs desert or whatever. Why is that frozen? And it's, you have to realize that people are just trying to make a buck. They're trying to survive. They're trying to put food on the table for their family. So can we separate Dale wanting to maximize his ability to be a model and influencer, and also crazy to think want to fall in love? You think they tried to cover it up by so bluntly that the other guy, they tried to cover it up by saying the other guy was the only one who wanted to reach out to her. I think they did that to hide that her and Dale have been talking. First of all, I gotta fix this. The way we're doing. Here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta fix the way that we're doing this chat because it's not set up right. So let me make me smaller. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shrink myself down right there, and then we're gonna find the chat box and make that bigger. Where's the chat box? Am I out of breath? Is it possible to get out of breath from live streaming? I think this is the chat box. So let's see if that goes into a better spot. Anyways, looks like we got some voicemails coming in. So, I got a voicemail from Sammy in Florida. A lot of people in Florida. What's going on over there? I didn't know we had a big following in Florida. I say we, it's just me. Tasha's going to get in a little bit, so we might actually get Tasha on the stream. But should we get right into it? How many people do we have in the stream? I wanted to make sure we had a decent amount of people in the stream before we got going. There's a couple of you guys in there. Let's see. It says there's 37. All right, we got 37 people. Let's talk. So today's topics: Bachelorette premiere, Colton Underwood, Luke P gets sued, JP and Ashley divorce, news, reading, comments, and then I'm going to end with the analytic report. All right, that's where I tell you exactly how much my channel's been making. It was a crazy month. I don't make videos for the analytics. To be quite honest, the main reason I invest my time into YouTube is the quote that I try to live by: don't rent out your time. So as a stand-up comedian, you basically, for the history of the world with stand-up comedy, you're at the whim of a booker, of a producer of a show. You have to kind of like get in with the comedy club, kiss ass, this and that. But with YouTube, you're able to sort of make your own following. And I would be happy right now if I could perform anywhere in the country for 50 people. I really would. That would be better than being like a name guy that's, attached to some comedy club. So anyway, the point is that with YouTube, for me, it's always about just expressing my voice. And then when I found out that you could actually make a few bucks on it with ad revenue, I was like, great, that's awesome. That would be great. So when I made a video this month about Colton and Cassie and it took off, it made a lot of money. It doesn't change the fact that it's great content to be talking about. It's great to be talking about domestic violence. And the amount of people, we're talking 3 million impressions, or 3 million minutes watch time. So like 10 million impressions. The amount of people that commented, I think I responded to almost everyone, except for there was a couple crazy people. But it's amazing how much people want to unburden and talk about topics that I guess no one's talking about. Chris Harrison didn't really address it, right? I don't see any of the major people really breaking it down. But what we have with Colton is just a real issue that's not rare. It's not a rare issue. Everybody knows somebody who is a victim of domestic violence. Everybody knows somebody, whether it's your mom, your sister, you. It is 1 degree of separation max, and we just don't think that either. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But like I have to be careful talking about it because even YouTube demonetized half the content because even YouTube's like, wow, this isn't, advertiser friendly. Well, if this isn't advertiser friendly, I don't know what we're doing on here because sometimes, topics just need to be said. Anyway, so hello from North Carolina. How are you? I wish these comments would stay up longer. I'm going to try to figure that out, guys. If I missed your comment, what I might have to do is just go onto the YouTube on my phone and see what I missed. But anyway, we're going to get into all that. I'm going to share the analytics report. I'll put it right on the screen. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about after. And yeah, Papa got paid. Look, unemployment ran out, and the week that I turned in all of my clothes for my side gig, I turned it all into Goodwill because I was like, I don't want to wear clothes of a company that ditched me. And it was only my survival company anyway. I didn't even want to work there. So I turned it in. I go with the mantra, leap in the net will appear. Don't rent out your time. And I said, let's spend this quarantine investing in, live streams and doing things on YouTube. Anyway, you guys aren't here for that. But the point is that the week that I turned in my old uniforms for my side gigs, my proverbial McDonald's hat or whatever the job was, it was the week that the video took off and started paying my bills again. So I appreciate that. Someone wants to know about JP and Ashley. We're going to talk about that too. So what do we want? So first things first. Thank you so much, Sabrina. I appreciate that. I mean, I've made videos for a long time, and YouTube will tell you, hey, talk more about Colton Underwood, and then that's what you do. You make 10 more videos. I didn't think I was going to break it down so far, but every single time I talked about one aspect of the Colton Underwood issue, it led to something else to talk about. We talked about toxic love, and again, guys, I know about it because I read about it. Look, I got Codependency No More. Can you guys see this right here? Hold on, let me widen this up. I got Codependency No More. I got all these books. You Are a Badass. Why Good People Do Bad Things. Men Are From Mars. The Book of Secrets. Some of these are Tasha's. A couple. The Law of Divine Compensation. Inside that, I got Manifest Your Destiny. I got books inside of books. So I'm not an expert on anything, but I am thirsty for the knowledge that will take the weight and anxiety and guilt and anger and sadness off of my shoulders so I can live the most authentic version of myself. If you use vertical mode on your phone, you can see all the chat. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are great. I didn't have this turned on because I didn't want to bug anybody with so I got 50. Okay, let's take a look. It says I only have one comment. Oh, maybe that's because that's the sorry. Oh, I don't know, guys. I'll figure it out. Anyway, play some of this little music in the background. So, love your channel. How long have you been doing Bachelor recaps? Thank you. Is it Rachel? Thank you, Rachel. I ship JP and Becca K. What does that mean? I ship. Wait, sorry. Did you say another girl here in Florida? Florida's killing it. Jeez. I know it's a big state. I'm over here in California. California and Florida look alike on paper, but they couldn't be more different, right? You guys got that humid air. We got cold water. Freezing out here. Hey, from Rhode Island. Courtney Sims. Where in Rhode Island are you from? I'm looking at my live chat now, Linda. I couldn't find it on my phone. It wasn't buffered or something, so I'm looking at it straight on my stream right now. I am from Rhode Island. Are we friends? Make sure you're in desktop mode if you're on your phone. You know what I'm going to do is I'll just set it up. Appreciate your thirst for knowledge. It ends up helping us all. Yeah, Jen. Absolutely. Oh, good to see you, Jen. Jen, you're in Canada, right? Oh, Alicia Garcia. How are you? Ship is approval. Sabrina, how old are you? Am I too old to know what ship is? You got these words, right? Ship and stan. Like, what are you guys even saying? I've refused. Warwick now, but I went to URI with you. Oh, hey. URI. I had a little URI plaque somewhere. Boy, this is what a business degree gets you. Sorry, I'm just seeing the name, so it's hard to know who I'm actually talking to. But I really appreciate you guys so much for being here. Sorority life. You want to talk about that? There are some photos. Don't you love... What year did you graduate? Did you graduate 07? Isn't it amazing how fortunate we were to not have Snapchat when we went to college? We got to just live life. I'm not saying that there was like crazy incriminating things going on, but we got to have social parties, live our lives, not worry about like the day-to-day or having to look good for Instagram. I mean, I can't tell you how grateful I am. Facebook literally came out my sophomore year of college. And you know, it's so long ago, right? Isn't it insane? Anyway, I feel so old thinking about it. But yeah, that's the truth. Is that you know, we were the first generation to experience social media, but learn how to make a phone call before, you know, we could just text somebody. So we had to learn how to like call somebody and not know if their dad was going to pick up. It's so good without Snapchat. Yeah. I mean, it is. You know, it was nice. I kind of feel for... Hello from New Orleans. Nolans, you eating a crawdaddy over there in New Orleans? You meant to say JP just got divorced. Ship means connect. JP and Becca. Oh, so you want Becca K and JP to connect. How incestuous is Bachelor Nation that this is what we want? What up, Philly? How's the water over there in Philly? That's a horrible impression. Sorry about that. Yeah, you gotta mind my multitasking right now. I'm trying to pull up the live chat. You know, for some reason, it just ain't happening on my end. Let's see if I can move forward. I'm in desktop mode. Anyways, I can see you guys live, so thank you so much. My goal for today was to get to 6,000 subscribers. Like 10 days ago, I was at 2,500 subscribers. It's just, like I said, I'm going to stop being so annoying and grateful about it all, but it's just insane how much support I've received from the Bachelor community that I am so thankful to all of you. The updated numbers, I have 5,945, so I'll probably hit 6,000 today, which will be great. I can't tell you how great it's been to talk to my fiance and her get to see that a lot of the YouTube things that I've been doing have been paying off. And anyway, okay, wait, JP as in JP and Ashley got divorced. Yes, let's talk about it. So someone had actually written in a little earlier, and this is what they wanted to know from one of the Facebook groups. So I wanted to let them know that I saw their comment. Thoughts on Dale, thoughts on recent news of JP Ashley split, thoughts on the whole Colton drama with Cassie. All right, so let's do JP. Let's start right in. Brooklyn, New York, and yo, Brooklyn in the house. Love me some Brooklyn, New York. Are you Brooklyn, New York, like from Brooklyn, or are you like some hipster, that like writes on a typewriter out of, a Starbucks? Yeah, that's right, Jen Murphy, getting it in there. So let's see how I can get to, hold on, let's switch it over here. Here's some comments. How funny is this? Let me pull this one up. Which one is it? The Colton Underwood. I randomly stumbled upon this tweet of his. It's a little funny looking at people's tweets after they've kind of fallen off the deep end. Pretty cool words from church this morning. Just as you can identify a tree by its fruit, so you can identify people by their actions. That didn't age well, Colton. We've identified you by your actions due to the penal code in California. You cannot track your ex-girlfriend. We've identified you by a serial number on a tracking device. You can't do that. That is not something you can do. Let me see if I can pull up. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about this. I'm sorry for jumping around. We're going to talk about the Ashley JP thing. Here we go. So let's go into it. Bachelorette couple Ashley Hebert and JP Rosenbaum split. Bachelorette, boy, this shows us how old we're getting. Rosenbaum, JP was 43. He made the announcement on Instagram. How sad was this, guys? Why do we put so much, what's the psychology behind how much weight we put into other people's lives? Is it that we get to know their names so we immediately get invested? What is it? Please, please, please know that there is no one to blame, that there's no event that triggered this decision, that no one is the victim, and that we've done absolutely everything we possibly can to try to salvage this marriage, Rosenbaum's post continued. I think we've both come to realize that we're just two very different people with very different personalities and perspectives who just don't see eye to eye on a lot of life fundamentals, those which are the building blocks for a happy and healthy marriage. And look at this. She posted this. How devastating is this? I don't know, guys. This, because I'm with you. It would be foolish to be like, oh, people are crazy when they get invested in random people's lives. But I'm with you guys. I mean, I was there. I was there for that season, and I was, probably, happy, teary-eyed when they, I don't know, when they kind of got hitched and whatever. And look, people just grow apart, The podcast I have, the sap, one of our logos is a tree. Let me see if it's a tree with two people intertwined. And the idea is that you grow up together. If codependency happens when one person becomes like the root of the relationship and the other person has to grow like vines around them and you lose your identity, or two people just grow apart, that would be counterdependency. And that's not good either. You need to grow next to each other, share the sunlight, share the resources. And frankly, that just doesn't always happen with people. It doesn't always happen that, Kathy said, I think for whatever reason we can relate to these people, but usually we are there for the whole season and really thought they might make it. Yeah. Yeah, and they did have kids. Isn't it wild? Is it wild how like couples like Evan, who's Evan's? What's her name? That I'd never thought in a million years they would last. But these are humans outside of an edited reality that Bachelor creates. Ashley's season was my first watching, so I've always had a soft spot for them both. I was really sad to hear this. Yeah, Kyla, I hear you. Absolutely. It's there isn't much to say other than They're just like us. You know that, like Us Weekly, like celebrities are just like us too. They buy avocados. You know what I mean? They curse at random people in traffic. It's it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, we actually now works. I think we got a phone call coming in. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on one second, folks. Yeah, Carly, that's her name. Thank you so much. It's JP just went through a really bad health scare. That crisis can put huge strain on the relationship. Very sad when any family gets split. Yeah, when someone said, "Did you hear the JP news?" I thought he died. I thought that's what they were talking about, because it just, it's kind of like when someone says that, like something, it's funny that I thought he died before I thought their relationship was going to end. What is that? I mean, but the image that people put out there, like with my fiance and myself, we're in a healthy place, but we've been on the rocks before, and you still post a photo with each other and you look great, and it's like sometimes it's not what you think it is. And the one thing that I credit my 6 years of my relationship so far is we aren't. Oh, here we go. Getting a call here. Hold on, folks. All right, 1 second. Can you hear me?
Cool.
Caitlin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. Welcome to my live stream, my inaugural live stream. You're my first call.
Oh my gosh, I feel so special. Thanks for having me.
I want to give you a good introduction. We're talking with Caitlin, one of our favorite Canadian comedians. And I'll promote some of your stuff after our chat, but I haven't seen you since quarantine started. Are you surviving? How are you?
Oh my God, it's an emotional roller coaster. One day I'm doing great, and the next day I'm starting a bottle of tequila. So it's really it's a mix of both.
You sound like everyone in Bachelor Nation, just a bottle of tequila and like rooting other people's lives on.
Right, except in Bachelor Nation, it's like champagne, right? Like everybody's always drinking champagne, I feel like.
Or it's exploding in their face. They're always...
Exactly. Yep. That was the reference I was trying to make. I'm glad you picked that up.
I'm on it. Are you, do you think you would be that dramatic if you were on the show? Do you think you would fall into that trope?
I mean, I feel like I would be bad on the show, because I feel like I would be just standing around kind of laughing about what's going on. And sort of just like, is this real life? And like, I would be a mess. I would be the one drinking all the free booze all the time and getting wasted and like jumping into the pool naked. Like, that would probably be me. I would last a couple episodes for entertainment value, but certainly everyone would know I would be kicked off very soon. I
think Canadians make the best contestants on the show because you all have a better relationship with sexuality. Have you noticed that with American? Oh, yeah. I've always said this.
Caitlin Bristow, she's like,
exactly
the famous Canadian Bachelorette. And of course, she had sex with Nick Viall, and that was the whole thing. So,
yeah, I know. They were like, you're supposed to wait till the fantasy suite. And she was like, sorry, I banged him. Jen Murphy wants to know where you're from.
I know. I actually thought she was from Ontario. I was from Toronto. I lived there for like 8 years. Actually, to be more precise, since she knows, Pembroke, Ontario. Shout out to Pembroke.
Shout out
for our retirement homes and our murals. It's a very exciting town.
Canada is hijacking my chat. I got a lot of people in Florida and Canada, so we've got both ends of the spectrum.
Well, yeah, because in Canada we have like the Bachelorette Canada, but I don't know if you ever watched it. It's so lame. Like, the dates they go on, they're like, we're going to go to, like, Dildo, Newfoundland, like, where nothing happens. And, like, they have not even a fraction of the amount of money that they have in American Bachelor. So everybody just skips the Canadian Bachelor, Bachelorette, watches the American one. Way more entertaining.
Do they get more fantasy suites in the Canadian Bachelor? Are they all going on, like, are they playing hockey together? Like, what's the stereotype?
Probably, yeah. And also, they have way less funding for the Canadian series, so they date for like 3 weeks, and then they have to get married.
That, first of all, if you don't write a screenplay about this, they don't have the budget. So it's like, look, this is more of a 90-minute Lifetime movie. So if you could get on, drink some champagne, have a Labatt Blue, and go for it.
Yeah, for real. It's like you got to fall in love real quick. on the Canadian Bachelor Bachelorette. That's why like none of them have ever lasted because it's like this is not enough time.
You know what I love? I loved you in. Now tell me the name in the Trailer Park Boys. What was the name of like the season or whatever when you and Laura were in it? Because you guys played like trailer trash whores, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, we were in season 10 of Trailer Park Boys on Netflix, and we played Julian's girlfriends. He had 2 girlfriends for the first 2 episodes, and our names were Bambi and Dakota. And it's funny because my aunt afterwards, my aunt is like kind of proper, and she was always like, "Oh, Caitlin, like tell me what episodes they are." I was like, "Well, because basically all of our lines were like, are we gonna bang now? Or are we gonna bang later? Oh, I just want to bang you." Like that was basically what our character's main drive was bang now or bang later.
Well, a very classy intro to Netflix, but I mean, you guys really hit it out of the park. If anyone's listening or watching and hasn't seen it, go on Netflix and check you guys out. I mean, the Canadians. The Canadians kill it with comedy. I've been watching Schitt's Creek. Have you seen that show?
Of course, and it just won literally every Emmy category for like comedy acting, which is so cool.
Literally
and it's great for Canada.
Every Emmy. We watched the whole show, the final episode, and then we went on YouTube and watched all the Emmy acceptance speeches. And I don't know, I'm sure normal people can appreciate when someone wins, but you and I, as comics, we see like the result of decades of work. And I pause on like Chris Elliott he's got food on his lip, and I go, that's not an accident. He like chose that, instrument to be funny. Like so many funny characters that are like, we just take it with a grain of salt that it's like, oh, they put something funny together. It's like, no, they all brought craziness to the table. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. And I just feel like, especially with the Emmys, Canadians don't get recognized. So that was like so cool. And I think all of the cast of Schitt's Creek is really shocked because this has like never happened where a Canadian show has like crossed the border and become as popular as it did. And especially comedy in general, I don't think comedy always gets, the spotlight that it deserves. Like I think a lot of people don't take comedy as seriously as they do dramatic acting, but it's equally as important, and I would argue even more difficult to do comedy.
Oh yeah, I mean because you can look dramatic and have. And by the way, we just totally hijacked this with our thespian thoughts. But yeah,
right. I do want to talk about Bachelor stuff.
No, but I totally agree. I totally agree that you have to like. It's a lot of awareness when it comes to comedy, what you're doing, and Canadians are very. I think the humor can be very dry but fast, and I appreciate. Like I want to watch Schitt's Creek again because I'm like I know I caught it all, but I want to watch these characters like develop more because they're so good. Oz is over there in Vancouver. Oz, we have another a Vancouver Canadian who loves Schitt's Creek. So I like to just do a live stream and promote.
Speaking of Vancouver and trying to segue here, Caitlin Bristow, who I've been like really rooting for her on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I feel like I know her, and I'm like, she's killing it.
She's so beyond down to earth with what she wants. Where like who she is as like a raw. It's so crazy to think that we got from her, being kind of slut shamed, right, to it kind of going to Hannah Brown season where we're like so pro. It's taken a swing in the right direction from Caitlin's season, and that's partly because she wouldn't accept what they wanted her to be.
Right. And actually, Hannah Brown was maybe my favorite season of The Bachelorette. And part of it was because, like any good story, you want to see a character grow and change. And I feel like a lot of Bachelorettes go into it, like, as really already super strong women. And so you don't see them grow and change as much. Like, especially Rachel Lindsay, like, she was, this really strong, powerful woman. She's like, I know what I want. But Hannah Brown, I remember in the beginning, she was so thirsty. And she was so self-conscious, and you could just tell, like, she was not secure in herself. And I remember being, like, really annoyed with her in the beginning of the season. I was like, oh, my God, this is going to suck. Like, she was already in love with Pete, the worst person ever, like, right away. She was just like, but then by the end of the season, she found herself, and she was such a badass. And when she dumped Luke P, I feel like every woman who has been in a bad relationship that went on way too long, felt so proud of her just in that moment, having that aha moment and being like, wow, I am done with you. Like, get away from me. You just made my life easier. Get out of my life. And every girl was just watching like, yes.
You're so right, because I became a young woman in that moment. I was like, baby, you don't take shit from no one. I became sassy.
I know. When she picked up that like podium and moved it, like everybody lost their mind.
Now, I've been defending Luke P this week because I don't know if you've been following the news. He was sued by The Bachelor for $100,000. Did you hear this one?
I did not know this.
So he was sued for $100,000, and the judge ruled in favor of the Bachelor producers, and Luke P also has to pay the $20,000 in court in legal fees. So Luke P owes $120,000. So look, I agree with the fact that Hannah should not take anything from Luke, but he argues. Once the show aired, he was kind of like canceled and this and that. Shout out to Jennifer for just subscribing. I just noticed that. Thank you so much. Luke P says that they kind of manipulated the conversation. Now, look, you can't manipulate, like, he was for sure controlling, but apparently Hannah Brown had already told him that she wanted to wait till marriage to have sex. So he did have like this sort of like confusion, his little eyes his little eyebrows perk up. He had this little puppy dog confusion that she wasn't who he wanted her to be. So I defend him in the sense that if you don't want your girlfriend to go have sex with other guys in a yurt on fantasy suites, then you shouldn't be on the show. But when he was like, may I pray for you and this and that, it's like he was putting it on too much. Like, you have to let somebody tell you who they are. You know what I mean? You have to let somebody's actions tell you who they are. And if it doesn't line up, it doesn't line up. But do I think it's right that The Bachelor chewed him apart and then gave him a bill of $120,000? I mean, that's a bad look. Like, you already...
Why did they sue him? What was the $100,000
So
for?
the contract states that you can't go on any unapproved like media podcast or anything for the first year after your show airs. But what I think happened was, so he went on 4 different podcasts or news, Christian podcast, whatever it was, Reality Steve. But I mean, it's like, look, the guy probably wanted to defend himself. He was, he clearly was compelled to break his contract because he felt like they were manipulating the storyline. So I think the truth lies somewhere between what we saw and what he's saying. But I would love nothing more than if Bachelor would just air the whole conversations so we could see it. Because I think if we became judges for ourselves, we would still side with Hannah Brown, but it would be better to not have some like Big Brother production company tell us what happened when it involves this this thing. So anyway, that's a whole nother issue. But I kind of hope that he fights it a little bit, because I think with YouTube and with all the access that we have to media, it would be really nice for us to see longer versions of these conversations that they cut up, because we know that they're guilty of kind of like highlighting it and clickbaiting it. Just like, come on, we're all adults here. Put it on your YouTube.
Yes, but Luke I have to say, I hated Luke. He was so terrible. He gaslighted the shit out of Hannah Brown so much. He was so manipulative to her, and it made me so angry because, like I said, every woman knows some sort of guy that has done that to him. So, but I will say that does suck that he has to wait a year to defend himself in any way.
Right. There should be this is why I say there should be something called like Bachelor Court, where after your season, if you were made to be the villain, you get to take Bachelor to a court, put it on TV, make a Bachelor Court. And Jen says Luke P rants uncut would be something I'd love to see. Like, I'd love to see Chad's uncut, rants or whatever. But I agree with you that what they showed made it clear that he had never really been challenged by other opinions and whatnot. So, but again, is it worth $100,000 when they're not making any money in the first place? It's like, the
suing him is, like, have you ever seen the show? Yeah, I'm sure you have, the show Unreal. Like, I watched a few episodes of that. I was like, oh my God, like, you don't realize the manipulation by the producers that goes on behind the scenes. Like, we have no idea, but they do everything that they can to push these people's buttons to make good TV.
Right. And you as a producer, actor, director, you've done it all. Sometimes if it's an over the shoulder shot and you can't see somebody's lips, that it's it's a dialogue that came from a different scene. You know, like it just happens. It's something we know that happens. So I'm always hesitant to believe something if I don't see it uncut coming out of somebody's mouth, because if they did have it uncut coming out of someone's mouth, they would have showed that. The fact that they cut to an over the shoulder means that they're doing an editing trick. I don't know.
Right, yeah. I mean, the whiskey does suck big time. But paying he deserves to pay $100,000 to a company that is already worth multi-millions of dollars. I don't know if that's really necessary. They already, like you said, tarnished his name. Everybody hates him. Like, I feel like that was enough.
Yeah.
For the guy. Like, we hate him. Although I really hate, if I watched her season again, I would probably get really fired up and hate him all over again and be like, yeah, good, he deserves it. But for now, it's been enough time that I can sit back and be like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. And here's the deal. They're all so young. You know, what was she, 22 at the time? It's like they're so insanely young. I was an idiot in my 20s. Not on his level, right. But like I was like, I remember I got ghosted on once, and I was like barely short of a panic attack because someone didn't get back to me. You know, like our whole identity is just crushed.
You only got ghosted on once? You're lucky, man.
Well, I mean, that's, you know, like the industry's been ghosting on me since, you know, the Reagan administration, but call me back.
Oh, man.
I wanted to ask you, before we get out of here, how's your love life going? What's up with you? What's your update?
Oh my God! Speaking of ghosting, I years and years ago came on your podcast, The Sap, and we talked about this guy that I had been on a few dates with, had like the best sex of my life. We had this incredible connection, and then he ghosted me. And I think you actually called the episode Ghosted. And he is now my husband. We've been married for a year and a half. We're extremely happy. He's the love of my life.
Wow.
And somehow it worked out. So for all the ladies out there, sometimes it does happen. Sometimes the guy who's a total idiot does get his shit together and becomes the best guy ever. That's
amazing. You know, I've always said this. I think women give each other such horrible advice because I think in a lot of cases, you know, women are like, you know, you don't need that man. Get it. You know, you don't know what he was going through. Maybe, you know, like you just never know what someone's going through. And sometimes good things fall through the cracks. But if it circles back like your situation, how amazing is that like no egos were like busted and you were able to put him in line, and you guys, that's congratulations. I knew you guys, I mean.
Thank you.
I forgot that.
Yeah, he got my final rose.
But what a great, first of all, this is a great phone call because this is so appropriate to what we're talking about. We need to catch up in person. You're still in Hollywood, right?
I am still in Hollywood, yes. Living the life in Glendale. Whoop, whoop.
There it is. Well, let's hang out when COVID lets us and all that jazz. But
so that'll be 2 years.
Yeah, seriously. Well, we should be famous by then. But I appreciate your phone call. And where can people, if people want to support your comedy or whatever, how can people find you? I want to let you get promoted.
You're sweet. It's Caitlin Mamie across the board. Kaitlin, M as in Mary, A, M as in Mary, I-E. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, get silly stuff all over the place for people to entertain themselves with if they so desire.
And they can watch you on Netflix, season 10 of Trailer Park Boys too, which is highly funny. I'm so blessed with this Canadian royalty I've been talking to just now.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks
and
for
congrats on 6,000? Is that 6,000
I think I'll get there by the end of the day. I have it I'm looking at the trends. I think we're going to get there, but I appreciate that so much.
All right, hell yeah. Congrats. Good to chat with you. Have fun with the rest of your Bachelorette. What do I say?
I'm going to force you.
They ruined up the end of it.
I'm going to force you to call back regularly. So I appreciate you so much. And tell the hubby I said hi, and I'll talk to you later, okay?
Will do. Talk soon, buddy.
Bye. Oh, I love a Canadian. Don't you love Canadians? Oh, they're great. All right, let's go into a voicemail. Last time I gave a girl a rose after a date because we were both Bachelor fans, she told me she just wanted to be friends. Noah! Oh, sorry, bud. That's so... Oh, sorry to hear that. That's hilarious, though. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Girls are always like, I want my knight in shining armor, and then you show up in, ironclad boots, and they get freaked out. So let's play I had a voicemail from Florida. Let's play this voicemail from Florida. Let me click on voicemails here. So this is a voicemail from Florida. Let's check it out.
Hi, Dave. My name is Sammy. I'm calling from Florida, and I was just curious. Do you think that Dale and Claire spoke to each other before filming? Because their exchanges and their conversations did not seem like it was their first time chatting. And he even seemed like a little off and surprised in certain situations in which he was saying that he was nervous before he kissed her, almost to like alleviate, like almost to pretend that he had not known her before kind of thing. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. And she even made it a point to say that Blake M or whatever was the only one to reach out with her. I don't know. I think something fake, something phony is going on here. What are your thoughts? I'm interested. Thanks so much for doing this. Have a good one. Bye.
First of all, thank you so much for leaving a voicemail there, Sammy. Beautiful voice you have. Calling in from Florida. Appreciate you so much. Yeah, let me pop open. Let's go back to this scene here. Let's pop this over here. Here's why Claire said she knew it after meeting Dale on The Bachelorette. So, let me slide this over here. Yeah, what happened? Let's see if we can get the Spark Notes. She said she knew it, and then people are wondering, did they meet beforehand? Claire's Insta-stalking game is unparalleled, it says. Well, look, before I read this, let me just say, women be stalking, right? Ladies love to do their research on a guy. As soon as you know something about a guy, you're looking for their Instagram, you're looking to see what Yelp reviews they left on, I got to get the close-up shot for this. Ladies be snooping. I'm not saying men don't do this either, but imagine being in Claire's shoes. They're supposed to start this filming months ago, right? And then all of a sudden, she gets to know all the contestants, but, then they get put on halt. She's sitting in her apartment with her 2 dogs, bored out of her mind. She's already watched season 10 of, Trailer Park Boys on Netflix. She loved Caitlin Mimi's performance. She's, callbacks. and she's like, you know what? Let me just Google some of the guys. And the next thing you know, she gets to Dale, who's former professional athlete, ripped body, good looking, became a model, influencer, gives talks, all these things. You can do some snooping on somebody before you met him. And then when he shows up and she's like, I knew it, that's because she's already, been clicking her mouse over there, if you know what I mean. Please, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's been flicking the bean, as it were. Sorry about that, folks. And she whether she met him or not, she had known enough about him because, look, this is going to sound controversial, but it's not. Everyone is attracted to power. Hold on. Power comes in different ways, okay? Power can come in attractiveness because that means that's a skill set for survival, charm. Power can come in position in society. Wealth is power. There's all these different types of power. Being a good live streamer, that's a good power. Am I good? Well, you don't know yet. I haven't looked at the downvotes, but it comes in different ways. Men. And again, so I'm gonna stereotype here. People hate it when you do this. I had a joke I used to do where it's like all women hate being stereotyped. It's funny because they said all women. Okay, so a lot of men see women as a status piece. So you get someone like Colton Underwood, right? He doesn't need to marry someone who's got millions. He's going to be successful. He was the Bachelor. He needed a trophy. He needed that blonde, good-looking something or another that could be his sleeve candy. You know what I mean? And that happens with a lot of people. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen in the other direction, but a lot of women get to an age where the biological clock's ticking. This sounds so horrible, but we're talking about vast stereotypes here. You can prove the difference. Tasha is more of a breadwinner than I am. It goes different directions, right? But funniness. If I'm funny, that can be a survival. That's a powerful thing because that can be a survival. Someone write in so I don't feel like I'm losing all of you. But does this make sense? So you can have different skill sets for longevity with the relationship, and she's able to see that he's got a lot going for him. She knows that whoever she chooses, if they're going to be a power couple, that they'll be able to do a podcast, events, this and that. He's already packaged up as this type of guy. You know what I mean? So whether she met him beforehand, I don't really know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think they met beforehand? Please let me know. I don't know if I missed anyone's comments in the chat. Margie says 1,000%. I get so nervous to talk about this because when I'm on stage doing comedy, I can tell if someone doesn't buy what I'm saying, and I can see that I can have empathy towards them, and I can sort of readjust. When I'm making YouTube videos, it'll be like the next day and someone will leave a comment being like, you know what, man, F you. Like, all women aren't that way. And it's like, I get it. When it comes to me and comedy, I speak in stereotypes because it's like women be shopping, men be punching walls. Not all women shop, not all men punch walls. But, more often than not, if you need to get, your drywall repaired, it's because Chad Johnson got a little moody one day. You know what I mean? The hell am I talking about? So let's go back to this. Let's see, how do I find this here? Chat box. The chat box is open. The webcam, the YouTube comments. Oh, I didn't even read these YouTube comments. We had so many comments that were asking similar questions about did Dale and Clare know each other? And the truth is that we just don't know. We don't know. Do they know each other or not? I'm trying to find the box that I had open. There, is this it? Let's do this. So let's see if we can find any other info out. Back in March, filming for The Bachelorette season 16 was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Have you heard of it? She waited for filming to begin. Clare was able to do her research in quarantine. They call it research. It's stalking. I get it. A first for the franchise, as she admitted in a new interview on October 13th. There was nothing against the rules of going on social media and looking at people, she told Entertainment Tonight. I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice to not do my research and look these guys up. Hey, she got a point. You got to do your research. You know what I mean? The more you know. The more you know, the more you got to fucking... Oh, didn't mean to swear there. Dale, in a lot of it, she said, Dale, in a lot of his stories, he would talk about his mom and he'd talk about his family, she said, noting that he definitely stood out. He was with his family a lot, and that is something that deeply resonates with me. But you ultimately don't know if it's a romantic connection because you're just seeing him through social media. Though she didn't mention this research on the show, during the episode, Claire's I knew it in her remarking, I've been waiting for this before kissing him, definitely tipped viewers off that she was familiar with Dale before he stepped out of the limo. I don't know, Sammy. You're onto something. Oh, Sammy in Florida, she's onto something. And Bachelor alums, including Caitlin Bristow, Jason Tartick, and Blake Hortzman, were all quick to pick up on the slip on their Instagram stories. She def stalked that Instagram, Blake said. Ooh, she def stalked that. Yeah, she did. She stalked the Instagram. So she probably didn't meet beforehand. The question is did she reach out? I'm going to go ahead and take her word on it because until proven otherwise, I'm going to take her word on it that she said none of the other guys reached out to her, right? Blake was the only one who reached out to her. So maybe that means that she reached out to Dale. I don't think so. I think she was able to do her reconnaissance, do her research, and figure things out. I don't want to talk more about Luke P. We talked enough about that. Does anyone have any comments on Luke P or JP or any of that nonsense? There isn't too much else to say about that. What can you do? I wanted to make sure I covered all the things, so I wanted to talk about, we talked about the JP and Ashley divorce. I'll read a few comments, and then we'll do the analytics report at the end. I'll read a few comments. How do I get back to the comment section? Hold on, folks. It's I made all these tabs, and then I don't know where they all are. I got to do a better job of labeling them next time. Let's see. Can you see that? No, that's not it. You can't see that. Hold on. What you got? You guys have been great for hanging out here. I appreciate it. My first time. Here we go. Bachelorette recap. I'll read some comments. Let's go by newest first because a few new people left comments. I wanted to get to them. Oh, Tala said, oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. That's in reference to nobody ever saying, oh man, when they see me. Wouldn't that be nice if that became sort of my thing? People like, oh, Dave's here. Oh man. I guess that's how you say it. Oh man. Oh, Dave, your recap stunk. Oh man. Claire can handle the hard conversations. Really? Okay. Did I miss the deep conversations Claire had with Dale? Yeah. Didn't think so. Rachel, just sassiness. I don't even know what to say to that. Just sass. Linda said, I definitely think she was DMing with Dale before the show. There's no question, as she says, I knew it, meaning she knew she'd have a connection in person after they connected via text. She just seemed too familiar with him. Other theories are that she looked him up but didn't interact with him. Apparently, his public profile is pretty slick. Dave, what are your thoughts on this? I agree with you that her dog should have picked the first impression rose recipient. Oh, man. Thank you, Lynn. I got another oh, man. Blue Rivers said you're so entertaining to watch. Lots of laughs. Thank you, Blue Rivers. Agua Azul. Megan Dillon said a good jawline helps you jump to conclusions. Hey, right? A good jaw. If a guy's got a good jawline, like if a cop has to write me a ticket, but he's got a good jawline, I'm like, yes, sir, officer. I'm just ready to listen. You know what I mean? There's something about that. That's part of that power I'm talking about. A good jawline is power. I met a cop once. He gave me a ticket and he shook my hand because when you're a white guy, they shake your hands. Sorry, folks. He had strong hands with giant forearms. And like, I was almost like glad to pay the ticket afterwards. I was like, it's just questioning a lot of my, questioning a lot of like what I'm attracted to. Okay, moving on. Milwaukee Motors, always company nice. It's funny recap. Appreciate you. Paris said, thank God you are not cussing. Is these the best place to recap? Okay, whatever rocks your boat, man. Thank you. Thank you. Lauren Franco, the whole video was hilarious. Thank you so much. Leanne Brady, oh man, I love your videos. I wasn't a YouTuber before. I watched one of your videos and I'm hooked. I subscribed and don't miss any. Thanks for a great job. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anna Maria, as always, too funny, lighten my day and bringing lots of joy. Cheers. Congrats on getting engaged. Thank you. I have nothing to show for it. I got no engagement ring. The lady does. It's a beauty. If she walks in, I'll show it to you guys. I was lucky to found an engagement ring on a diamond ring dealer who had an Instagram account named Jules by Grace. She has an Instagram account, and my girlfriend at the time was so excited by all the cool vintage diamond jewelry and diamond rings that she saw on this lady's account that, oh, speak of the devil, Tasha, she's coming in right now. I'll share it with you guys. Tasha, I was just sharing about your diamond ring. We got into it. You want to come in with me? Yeah, you do. Hold on, everyone. You got to meet Tasha. This is an exciting moment. Hold on, before you come in, let me close out these comments here. I was just wrapping up, guys. I'm going to get into the analytics in a minute. I was just wrapping up, but now that I got Tasha in here, we might as well have our celebrity guest. I had Caitlin Mamie checked in. Hold on, I don't have you yet. Hold on, folks. Here it is. We do the wide one. Oh, wrong way. There she is. Yeah. Come on in.
Hello.
Someone had congratulated us for getting engaged because we haven't really done any of the bigger recaps since our engagement. We've had one season, but we got a lot of new people. So I was sharing about my story and finding your diamond ring. Do you want to share it, or is that weird?
You can share the story.
No, not the story, just the ring. Just
give it a flash.
Yeah, give it a flash. I don't know.
Give it a flash.
People like to see it. I was from Jules by Grace, and it was a vintage jewelry dealer, and the ring was mined the diamond was mined in the 1800s. So Tasha loves antiques, right?
Yeah.
So that was that. I've been talking to people. I had Caitlin Mamie called in. We talked to her and a couple voicemails from Florida. Some people called in, but yeah. So it's been a relative success. I don't know how many people are watching, but we got a couple people in there. A lot of Florida and a lot of Canada.
Hey, two nice places, right?
You do not want to be here. All right, go. I'm going to finish up. I've been going for just an hour now, so I'm going to finish up with the analytics like I promised. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know where the chat went, so I lost the chat. Oh, there it is. It's so small. I've been missing it. Oz said hi. Sorry, guys. The chat, I just accidentally clicked it out, so I lost a lot of those messages. Forgive me. I will respond to any live chat messages after. Kathy said it's a beautiful ring. Thank you. I proposed in Thailand and I had a bloody finger. You go on my YouTube and you can watch the video. I told a whole story about how I accidentally cut my finger on a fern on one of those Thailand plants because I was trying to get a spider out of the way. It's a whole thing, folks. But anyway, let me get into the analytics of this video. So hold on one second. I promised I would share this at the end of the video. At the end of the live streams, I'm going to share my analytics. Some people like to see them. Thanks to YouTube, I am now able to accept super chat donations from people. We got a couple more people Tasha, people are a fan of you. Jen says, beautiful ring. She says hello. Asma says hello. Oh, Asma, you're in England, right? We got England in the house. She's so pretty and the ring looks amazing from Amanda. Wow, Tasha. She's so happy, guys. She's smiling. She's going to murder me.
Why would I
Well, because I can't tell what your face looks like. Oh, bring your sandwich over here. Gentlemen, I want to show you guys how you attract a woman this beautiful. I want to show you. You feed them. That's what you do. You give them food. That's it. No, hold it sideways so they can see the depth of it. Women don't know how to make a good sandwich.
That's not true.
Women can't make a sandwich.
Dave, here.
Look at that.
What you should, instead of saying women can't do something, what you need to say is you make an excellent sandwich and you take good care of me packing my lunch. So, thanks.
Ladies out there, you need a tip. You need make your man a good sandwich. That's it. Go make him a good sandwich. I don't know. Good tip for dudes. Well, it's good for either one. If this one guy said they were friends with Bachelor, they were Bachelor fans, and he went on a first date and gave the girl a rose, and she was like, "I just want to be friends." It doesn't always work. All the comments I missed said how gorgeous she is. Oh, Margie said that a bunch of comments said how gorgeous you were. In 2020, we making lady sandwiches, said Noah. That's right, Noah. Make your lady a sandwich. If you don't know a good pastrami on rye recipe, you ain't living life. Okay, so let me get into the analytics. You guys have been on for a long time, and then I can turn the air conditioning back on because I might be sweating myself to death. So let's see. Let's see how I can find the right web page. Hold on a second, folks. Is this going to show up? Do I have it? I might have it. No, you guys can't see it. Hold on. YouTube comments. I'm in the comments. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. All right, hold on. What you got? Oh, there we go. Did I find it? Here, let me just do this. I'll sign into YouTube right here, and then we'll go over the analytics. A lot of people are afraid to share this stuff, but I actually find that by sharing the strength and how well the channel is doing, that it actually helps. We have 71 people watching, Tasha. It helps kind of show people how they can support. And you guys, the best way to support me is to watch the videos, leave a comment, like it, and hit subscribe. That's the best way to support. If you want to go nuts and share it with any of your Bachelor friends, that's always good too. So we're going to look at here's what I'm going to do. Instead of showing you per episode things, look, we're at 5,950 subscribers. So hopefully I'm not sharing any personal information here. So we're going to go to analytics right here. And this will be the last thing I do before I get out of here. So I'll make this kind of quick. So this is the revenue from the last 28 days. Now, I want you guys to know something. I was happy when I was making $16 a video, okay? And I still do. So like yesterday when I released a video, it only made $29 in total, which wasn't much. But as you see in September, for no reason other than YouTube was paying more for advertising in September, they fluctuate their prices like a market. They were paying this rate every single day. And as you see in the subscribers, in the last 28 days, I added 3,400 subscribers. I over doubled my amount of subscribers. If you look at let's say the last year, you can see the spike in subscribers that came just in the last month. So this is just the last month. This is how, and then if you see all these other little spikes that are happening here are days when my Bachelor recaps came out. So it just goes to show how supportive you guys have been. I'll show you the latest Bachelorette recap video, just so you can see how much that pulled in. That is this video, and it didn't make much money because the CPM rate, which is what YouTube pays, was a lot lower. For whatever reason, they demonetized a couple of my videos that were talking about Colton Underwood, and sometimes when that happens, you lose, money. So they deemed my channel wasn't worth as much. I don't know. So so you'll see this video itself didn't make much money. It got 4,100 views, 612 watch hours, 78 new subscribers, and made $9. And this doesn't include yesterday's revenue, so it's probably double this. It's probably about $18. It just takes a few days for it all to load up. But you'll see, it's right in the middle of what the channel's been making. And I want to thank you guys so much for all that have subscribed. It's not the biggest deal to subscribe, but sometimes what happens is, I'll tell you guys, sometimes what happens is, for whatever reason, YouTube won't recommend my recap the morning after you watch The Bachelorette. So Catherine says, do you have a live stream schedule? I subbed yesterday after watching Clare's season premiere recap. Catherine, so thank you so much for subscribing. This is my maiden live stream. So I don't have a live stream schedule. Leave a comment and let me know if you have any recommendations. I kind of like the Friday afternoon live stream. I kind of like what's going on here. I made this beautiful artwork here just for this live stream. I didn't really know what I was doing. I still don't. I'm surprised this even works, to be honest with you. I was a little nervous. So as far as scheduling goes, you did the right thing by subscribed. Hit the alert button and it'll let you know when I have new premieres coming out. I'll try to add those a few days in advance. I can add the thumbnail and it'll say premiering at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Friday. And just stay in touch that way. I think it'll be Fridays. I've also thought about, do I live stream before the Tuesday episode? I don't know. We'll see. Friday seems like a good way to match it all up. Someone said your Colton video came up on my homepage today. That's how I found you. Oh, it came up today. I did great today. Oh, thank you so much. I've made a few mistakes. Like I'm still figuring out where to put this chat box because there we go. I'm moving it right now. It's so hard to read. Like I keep on moving it. So I need to do a better job. This live stream is fun. Thank you. Isn't it? It's kind of cool that I get to chat with all of you guys. Asma, you didn't leave me a voicemail though. What the hell? Do a poll thingy on your post. Yeah, okay, I'll do a poll thingy. You're just like me, Sabrina, with not knowing the technology. Do a poll thingy. So I don't know if there's anything I missed. Leave a comment before I sign off right now and let me know if there's anything I missed that you wanted me to talk about. Let me know what you guys think of the recaps. I like the Friday afternoon schedule for live streams. Also enjoying your TH. I didn't see what it said after that. Boy, Jen, I really got to figure out these a better way to do these comments because I'm just not being able to see it all. I'm sure I missed so many good ones. I'm gonna watch back and try to respond to a lot of your comments. It's a work in progress, folks. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have a real rough go at it. But I appreciate all you guys checking in. And let's see, how do I end this thing? No, that's not it. Here. Also, enjoy your artwork, graphics, and thumbnails. They pop. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what, Jen? I'll say this. I'll say this for advice for anybody out there who wants to self-actualize. I didn't know how to open a Photoshop document 1 year ago. It was so complicating to me. Tasha helped me. Tasha knows Photoshop. As soon as you start learning how to do something, your brain literally, it's called the talent code. I got the book over here. Where's the talent code? Your brain will literally readjust how it processes things. I read this book called The Talent Code. It's good. I mean, you could just Google the book honestly, and you'll find the SparkNotes version of it. Beat Heldenfeld. I like the Friday afternoon schedule too because it's 9 p.m. in Austria. Oh, we got someone in Austria. We got Vienna over there. We're in Austria. I've been to Salzburg. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Boy, I just butchered that lyric. Anyway, the talent code, it's all about readjusting your brain so you learn how to do something. And the myelin is an enzyme that gets you from A to Z, from thought to action, from fingertip to thought. So by just starting to learn Photoshop and learning Adobe Premiere and learning all the editing tools, it's a growth mindset and you're able to do a lot. So I have to say, I didn't know how to do any of this, but I knew in my head creatively what I wanted to do. So I've learned how to crop out my face and do the one with, Anyway, the point of it all is don't wait on someone else to do things that you can learn how to do. And I appreciate everyone who's kind of supported this live stream. Like I said about growth mentality, I had no idea how to do this. I ordered the cable on Tuesday. It got in yesterday, and we figured it out. I appreciate that all so much. I'll shout out Tasha. If anyone wants to check out Tasha's new blog, you can see all of the professional photography she and I have done as we've traveled around the world. We have a blog called wearetaddatravels.com. Actually, here's what I'll do is I'll pull it up right here. Let's see which one. wearetaddatravels.com. I'm going to end on this promotion, then I'll get out of here. And let's see, I'll click on this. I don't know if it's going to show up right. Hold on 1 second, folks. I'm doing it in browser source. So I do this. Wow, I can't believe I can do this on the fly. This is really fascinating here. And our homepage is actually the week I proposed is the homepage. Hold on, that's not it. So we are Tada Travels. Tada is short for Tasha and Dave. And here's the website right here. And that's us. That's this little bungalow we stayed at in Thailand. Hey, look, Tasha, I'm sharing all of the things from the blog. We've wanted to incorporate our traveling, Tasha as a model, influencer, and lover of travel, and myself, lover of travel, comedian, bringing our skill sets together to sort of share who we are and what we got going on. So anyway, it's not letting me scroll. Anyway, so that's the website, but appreciate you guys all for sticking around, and I think I'll call it at that. So thanks again so much. Let me end on a good video here. I need a good. All right, I'll end on that one. I'll end on a good little audio clip there. Leave a comment afterwards if you're seeing this after it's been live, and I'll respond to you guys, and I'll kind of work on all the glitches. And I can tell you this, I'll be here next Friday for the same deal. So if you have any news stories about Bachelor, pop culture, anything in general, really, just as a jumping off point, let me know. I'll do a better job on responding to comments. Alicia said, stay safe. Thank you so much, Alicia. We're staying safe out here. We got our masks on. We're all holed up. This has been, I'm a little late to the live stream party, but this has been a highlight to an unfortunate situation, to be home working on new ways to broadcast the message out to others. For all the people, Margie, thank you. Margie Madison. That's like a nice porn name, Margie Madison. No? Anyway, sorry, Margie, just desecrated your name. But for all the people that found me through all of the recent content, YouTube is promoting a lot of the content. Appreciate you guys so much. If you have any advice on how we can improve this puppy, I didn't check if we got any more voicemails. Let me see if there's any more voicemails before I get out of here. Boom. Okay, no, that's it. So anyway, appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Say bye to the dog. Bye, Bubba.